Hello, sorry for the little delay there. Hopefully everything's working. Oh, I'm seeing doubles over here. When I tried to go live today, the first thing I got was error. So I did a couple quick resets, and hopefully there will not be any more errors today to start up the day. So welcome. Hey, my name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life. We're here for Take Two Tuesday. Once a week, we get together and we just hang out, have some fun. What we do on these episodes is go back in time and look at some items here from the Stamps of Life that maybe you're not familiar with, or maybe you have already. So I see there are a few of you out there today. So thanks for joining me. The chat is really, really quiet. So if you are on the chat, if you're watching, make sure you jump in and say hi, because I don't know. Today's the normal time, the normal day, but a lot of people are missing. Maybe they'll get the message that we're live right now. Let's see. So anyway, we'll get together. We have a die set today, a folded die set that's kind of fun, that you could use in a lot of different ways. We're going to talk a little bit about the Stamps of Life website. I guess I should say, if you're not familiar with the Stamps of Life, we are a card making company, paper crafting company. We sell stamps, dies, all that kind of fun stuff that you can use for like DIY crafts, paper crafting, if you like to make your own bulletins. Sorry, I'm trying to fix the camera here. Scrapbook pages, all that kind of fun stuff. We sell the ink pads, the cardstock, the dies, the stamps, all that all the stuff that kind of goes with it. And you can come up with the great creations with these great products that are designed by my wife, Stephanie, who you can catch once a week on Stephanie's Crafting Corner. If you've never watched one of those, I encourage you to join us. They come on, Stephanie's Crafting Corner comes on Thursday nights, and that's 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern. And Stephanie just makes cards, or this last week she made a cool kind of Valentine's love banner. So we have that once a week on Thursdays. We do lots of live events online. And then if you're not familiar, I think, because I'm told Tiffany from the Organized Option is in town today, and I think Stephanie and Tiffany are going to be live tonight on the Organized Option channel. So if you want to catch that, it'll probably be around 5 o'clock. So later today. I haven't seen that it's been scheduled, but that's what I'm expecting to happen. But Crafting Corner Thursdays, you can always catch us, and that's just a fun time of crafting. What I'll do here is I might look at a item and I'll show you a little bit how it works. I won't make a full card, but sometimes I do die cutting live. Sometimes I do some of the die cutting ahead of time, or same thing with the stamping. So I'll give you little tips and show you how things work. But this is just kind of a refresher to remind you of these items that are from the past. Maybe you've never seen them, or maybe you have them already and you just forgot to use them. Oh, I see. Give me 1 second. I have a couple lights off here, so I'm going to fix those. See, this is one of my lights. If you haven't seen one of these are really cool. You just click that, boom, and then I put it up above my camera. It gives me some light, and I have 2 of those. These are nice because they are rechargeable. You've never seen them. They're rechargeable. And whoops, we don't want it to go that way. Rechargeable. And they give a pretty good life and a good amount of life, but they're also magnetic too. So you can stick them to something magnetic, and they also come with a little strip. I think Stephanie might have these on her recommended page, but those are kind of nice. Give me some light over there on the table. So the lights are on. Lights, camera, action, right? We are ready to go. And then so website Thursday for Stephanie. What else? If you haven't seen our website lately, I'm going to show you that. And then a reminder, we're going to play a game today. We're going to do the Millionaire game. We'll play that together. That should be fun. And so we do some crafting, and then we just hang out too. So if you like just the crafting part, stay for that. For the first part, that's where we'll do the products. We'll go over some card samples. I'll show you a little bit around the website. Then we'll play the game, and we'll end up with our good news segment. We'll do a devotional, a Bible devotional. We are going to be in 2 Corinthians chapter 12 today. If you want to look ahead, there's one verse we'll look at from there, and we'll get a little devotional. Hopefully we'll hear from the Lord. That's what we want to do. So that's kind of a rundown. But what else? So I'm going to show you this next. If you are a Card Kit Club member, this is one thing I did want to mention. Next Monday, the new card kit will come out. Okay, the new card kit's going to come out next Monday. So if you're in the Card Kit Club, we'll be shipping those on Monday. It should be. I know it's a holiday for the post office, but we have this system where usually they can pick it up even on a holiday and kind of get things moving. So that should happen next week. If you're not in the Card Kit Club, you might want to think about joining. What's fun about the card kits is, and I don't even have one to show you because this month is sold out, but the February will be coming out. We'll have plenty of those. But everything coordinates together. You just open up the box and you can just start creating. If you have some scissors and some adhesive, you can start making cards just with this one box. And Stephanie always introduces it in her own video. She'll make a card in that video to kind of show you how things work out together. But it's really fun to be a Card Kit Club member. Then you get all the extra perks, and you can find all that information on the website. So thinking about the website. Oh, and I do have an icebreaker question for you, and I want everybody to jump in. This is a little bit Super Bowl related, big game related. I think I'm not allowed to say Super Bowl. So if I said that word twice, just pretend you didn't hear me. I guess you can get in trouble for it, but I'm not trying to make money off it or anything. But anyway, the big game. Did your team win? The team you thought was going to win, or do you not care? Either way, in the chat, answer. Okay, this is just fun. Get involved. Jump in the chat. Let me know if you were with the winners or your team was the losers, or like I said, you didn't care. The team I thought was going to win did win. I kind of wanted the other team to win because my friend is a big fan of the Patriots, but Can't win them all, but I did think the Seahawks were going to win. So you let me know in the chat. That's just for fun. If you're watching later and you missed the chance to jump in the chat, you can add comments down below. So you can answer any of our questions down there. If you have any questions, you can add them here in the chat. I'll try to catch them, but down below in the comment section, always do that. And then we need likes and shares. So if you see a like button or a share button or any of those kind of things, if you want to do it, we'd appreciate it so much. What else? Then, yeah, that's it. So let's see in the chat if we have winners or did we have losers? Let's see. Oh, my light is dimming here. These guys are just going crazy here. Let's see. Honey Bear is doing good, Jeff. Honey Bear is doing good, growing like crazy. We got some hellos. SMA Craft said she did not care. Phyllis said, yep, she was going for the Hawks. Beer Blue says, didn't care. Gosh, we can tell we definitely don't have a sports audience here. What do you expect? You guys are crafters, right? You're making cards instead of, so Paula says, I don't care. Janet, yes, the team I rooted for won. Good, there's one winner. Melissa says, nope, don't care. A lot of people are not a fan of football. They watch for the commercials. Yeah, that's right. Yes, and yes, Coach was from Georgia Bulldog. Okay, maybe Sheila went there in school or something. Don says, it didn't matter either way. Deb says, yes, Seahawks. Sherry says she was thrilled with the game. Beth says she didn't care who won. Laura says Seahawks. And Linda says anybody but the Patriots. I understand. I understand. You know, like 20 years ago, they beat the Raiders in like a scam game too. They reversed some call and they gave the ball back to the Patriots. And I still haven't got over it. It's been like 20 years. So yeah, down with the Patriots, I guess. Even if my friend likes them. Too bad for my friend. All right, let's see. Let's get going here. Our website, I wanted to tell you. Oh, Sheila lives in Athens, Georgia. Awesome. Let's see. I did have one more thing for our website. You want to stop by there. We added items new to the website this last few days, if you haven't seen. We have our Super Sunday items and more. So I'm going to show you real quick what's on there. This won't take but a second. And I do have a few card samples to show you. So let's do that. And whoops, wrong camera, Ken. Is this one going to work today? Cut. Yeah, there we go. So this last week, we introduced some new items on the website. If you miss them, they are still on flash sale. So Stephanie has left these on flash sale for a little bit longer. We have the #1 hand sign, and that's a folded card, the football helmet. So if you have anybody you're a #1 fan of, that's a good one. If you have anybody who plays football, there's great for birthday cards or just for fun, thinking of you, a sports fan. Then we have these other ones that came out on the website, which are really nice. This delightful side folded, and I do have a sample to show you. And then the nesting dies that go with it. There's the watering can bunny, which would be just great for Easter. And then Happy Easter word dies. So those are all on the website. Okay, whoops. I really thought I was ready to go today, but apparently not. Here is one of my cameras. So far I left the lights off. And see, I thought everything was ready to go. I left the lights off. I forgot to connect my camera. I need some kind of funny sound for all these mistakes. And then my lights flashing on and off. Boy. That's what I get. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to try to hook up this camera. Let's see if we can get this going over here. Give me 1 second. I apologize for all the oversights. I don't know what I was doing. Again, I thought things were ready to roll because I was just doing some other work and not even paying attention. So my own fault. Nobody to blame but me. Nobody to blame but me. And then when you really need things to work, like to hopefully get you back on schedule, then they just don't want to work. And then who do I have to blame? Again, just myself. Nobody to blame but myself. I got to take full responsibility for this. And I'm also going to, because this is driving me crazy. I'm going to try to fix this light so it doesn't blink. I hope that helps. All right. All right. So the new items on the website, I do have some samples I want to show you. Let's try to get that fixed a little bit. There we go. That looks good. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Switch over to camera 2. Camera 2 is working. Yay. Yay. Oh, what's going on? Now this light's blinking too. What is going on today? All right, there's our football helmet. And that looked great. And it is a fold it. So what does it do? Fold it cards. You can have the fold on the top just like that. Or if you want, you can make it fold to the side. So it would also open that way. You have 2 different options. All right, there's that one. This is that delightful card that I was talking about. Now here it is on the side. Look at that. It could also be this way, top. You have the option, but I really like this one. It's got the Happy Easter words on there. That's new. What is going on, little camera? Give me 1 second. Okay. You are driving me nuts. Okay, so there's that one. Nice. Happy Easter. And again, these items are all on flash sale that I'm showing you. So if you haven't seen them, you can still get some good prices on these ones. Paul says, sounds like how my day started. No worries, kid. That's right. We're going to get through it, right? We're going to get through it. We're just going to roll with it. The more we learn to just roll with it, the easier it is to deal with. At least that's what I'm finding out. Every once in a while, the days still get the best of me, but I'm trying to do better about that. Just, hey, however it's going, we're just going to figure it out. We're going to make the best. Look at that bunny with the watering can. Top fold, happy spring. Woo! What is the die of the Happy Easter? But going back to this one, I think Rochelle is asking that the Happy Easter, the word is the new one. It is called Bold Happy Easter. It is on flash sale. And so you can use it like this, just the words, and it also comes with the shadow. So you have 2 different options with that one. I showed you the bunny. You've got the number 1. You got this. So here it is. This is a fold it, but it's added to the front of a card. So a couple different ways you can use fold it. Make it fold it or add it to a card front. So that is on a card front. You got this. One more. I like these colors. You are amazing. You are doing amazing things. Sorry. You are doing amazing things. The card base is called, Rochelle's, this is the same one as that Easter, is called Delightful Shapes Side Fold. Brand new on the website. Okay, well, not brand new, from last Saturday. Friday night, Saturday. Excuse me, 1 second, I'm going to hit my cough button here. Okay, back, we're back. All right, so all of these items I just showed you, all on the website. If you like the bunny, I see somebody saying that Don likes the bunny. I think Rochelle likes the delightful. These are all on the website. If I don't think we had any sports fans here, but if you know somebody, that's the thing. You want to remember, when you are making cards, you're not making the cards for yourself, right? So you got to think, who likes bunnies? Who likes sports? And then you'll find reasons to make these cards. Who needs just a cheering up card? Everybody can fit into that category, right? So think about that. Those items are all on the website. All right, let's get started. We're going to look at our 1 featured item here. I'm going to switch this. And I will add up in the top left corner, I'm going to add the QR code so you can see where you can shop with us. If you're not familiar with the Stamps of Life, we have this QR code that will go up at the top. And this will take you to our website, if I can find it. There we go. So that code right up there. If you put your camera on that, act like you're going to take a picture, it'll pop up and it'll take you to our website. You just hit the button, boom, you'll find us, thestampsoflife.com. That's the easiest way. But again, if you just want to go again to thestampsoflife.com, you'll find us. And our item today is the Party Rainbow Folded Die Set. So here it is. And I'm going to show you on the website. It's got a bunch of dies, more than you think. This will make a folded card. It's called Party, But you'll see from my ideas that I have, there's lots of different things that you can use with it. So let me show you back to the website, and we'll switch over there. Boom. There we are. So on the website, you have the main picture there. And if you scroll through, you want some more ideas, boom, they're all right there. There shows you the dies you get, a couple different stars. This word does not come with it, but you get all that's here behind it. You can add any word dies you have to the front. If you want to make this rainbow a happy birthday, you can do that. If you want to be happy everything, great. If you want it to say get well in front of a rainbow, you could do that. Whatever word dies you have, you could layer in front of this rainbow. Your rainbow can be any colors you want it to be. And I'm going to show you some different colors today that I use for mine. It was just random. I just picked a couple of different colors that I thought might work. Any colors you want. And the ideas will be there. And if you want more ideas, look, even our banner. Stuffy. Lots of different things that you can do with this one. Any colors you want. So that is on the website. You get, it says 8 dies. I even thought there was going to be more than that, but 8 dies. If you want to see more ideas, you would click this View Idea Gallery button right there. It'll take you to the gallery. You'll find more ideas. Then there are some items that kind of work together with it. If you want to add a cloud or the sun. Ooh, we still have some of those rainbow enamel pins. Those are almost gone. Some gardening. And there's Rainbow Bridge. All that fun stuff on the Stamps of Life website. Now, I do have a few samples here with me in studio, so I want to share those with you. So I'm going to do that. And we'll head back over to our little station here. So I think you'll really like these ideas. One thing I did see, notice that is fun too. So you have the rainbow and you saw the different samples on there, but you can always add, if you have a border that looks like clouds, you can add that below. It could also be grass. So lots of different things that you could do for borders down below. So think of it that way too. So let me show you, whoops, what we have here. Keep dreaming, this one says. And again, these are fold-its. So that's got the top fold there. And this is a nice one using lots of foil papers. Very pretty, and it's sparkly and it shines. Look at that. Opening up at the top. Whoop. That was for me, from Darlene. Ah, that was nice, Darlene. This one says, my friend, and it is placed on the front of a 5x7 card. Okay, on that front of a 5x7 card. Rainbows were sorry, I'm mumbling here. Rainbow cards, you can use them just about any time of the year, right? Rainbow cards, you can. Here's some nice pastels. And it says, just a note. It can be used for that. Just want somebody to remember you're thinking about them. This one says, happy everything. I don't know if you can see the words on there, but they are there. Happy everything, and a little bit darker colors. And if you're late, we're still glad you're here. We're glad you made it. We started out with a small group. I was wondering where everybody was today. You are my sunshine, it says. You got your little sun up there. Remember, this one comes with a couple stars. Oh, this has the stars on it, so you can use the stars as well. This is kind of like a unicorn, fairy, magical type of card. What does it say? Have a magical birthday. Great. And don't forget, we also have the stamps. You can get a personalized stamp. Have you ever had one of those? Stamped by, created by. You can put fun little lines on there. There are all kinds of options that you can have to make a stamp for yourself that you can add to the back of your card. So here is with the watering can and flowers. One more. Welcome, little one. So this even works as a baby card. And all of these were top opening. Congratulations, it says. So those are our samples. Okay, I hope you like those. Whoops. Again, you get 9 dies. It makes an A2 size card. You have the samples on the website. It does say there are only 4 left. And it does say, let me show you back here again, over on the website. I just noticed this. 4 left. And I have number 5 here. So I'm going to send this back to Utah. So there are actually 5 of these left. And you see up here, retiring soon. So when these 5 are gone, that will be the end of this one. It will be retired. So if you like it, last call, okay? 5 of these left. No pressure, but I did want you to know this one is getting low. I have number 5 here in the studios. I will be sending it up to Utah next Monday. That will be it. We'll see if they sell out. All right, back over to, now we're going to go to our workstation. I have done some die cutting ahead of time to save us time. Last time, our episode went much too long, and I'm trying to trim these down a little bit because I know you guys have lives and you don't want to watch Ken craft and make cards and talk all day long endlessly. So I am trying to trim these episodes down, but we did a quiz last week that we had 20 questions, but I probably should have just gone 10, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did. This is real nice. We'll start off with the dies. This large die, if you're not familiar with fold-its, that makes the base of the card. You'll run it through this machine like I have right here, a die cutting machine. It just rolls and runs the die through your cardstock. It will cut out the base of your card. To make the fold-it, you have to fold your cardstock in half. That creates the base. Then you use the same outside piece to, like I did here. I went ahead and used that outside piece. I cut out this die cut right here. This is going to be the face of my card. I would then put it onto the base of my card under here. Then it can open up just like that. All right, give you an idea what we're working. Then I went ahead and you see all the little pieces in there. You have patterns, you have dots, different variety of dots. You have some little stars in there. You have 2 different shapes of stars that you can use here. And you're just going to have to figure out and play around with it a couple times. You can have these be solid on the inside. If you don't want to use the decorative dies, you don't have to. Your whole rainbow could be all solids if you just left those out and just use the main base of it. Or you can get a little variety and get the different looking patterns in there. So I did a couple patterns and a couple solids. And let me kind of show you before I put the card together what I did. So here again was the base. I cut out part of the rainbow with a kind of like a silver metallic. I did a couple of the patterns and I did a couple of stars. I'm just going to take this and show you how we can kind of piece it together really quick. Let me get the machine out of the way so we have some more space. And again, I actually think we did we do a fold-it last week too? We might have. I can't, gosh, it's only been 1 week and I already can't remember what we did last week. But we have a lot of fold-its at the Stamps Live. They are popular. A fold-it is just a card that is shaped, ready to go, easy to use. We have word shapes. We have critter shapes. We have, I saw some gnomettes, rainbow scenes, all kinds of different things that you can do with the fold-its. Again, this is the Party Rainbow Fold-it. And I'm just going to go ahead and get some adhesive and start piecing this together. The die cuts, I did these yesterday. That just took me a couple minutes. It was super easy to do. No problems at all. If you're familiar with a die cutting machine, you will really like this. You don't have to do that much inking or stamping on these. Now, if you like to stamp, you can still add your sentiments and you could add some extra artwork if you want. You could shade some of this rainbow if you want to add a little extra shading to it. But if you're like me and you're in this situation where, hey, we just got to make a card kind of quick, fold-its are the way to go. Now I'm using this cardstock here kind of to keep my mat from getting messy. We don't want to get glue all over that. So I've got 1 layer there. And again, I just picked random colors yesterday. So you might be going, why did he pick those colors? Well, it's just what I had with me. No reason. You can pick and change the colors all you want. It's up to you, okay? It's up to you. Especially on a rainbow like this. You saw all the card samples. I'm going to bring those samples over here again real quick. So see how I'm just piecing that together. So whatever your base is, if you're using the patterns with the dots, that's going to come through, which I kind of like to have that blue come through. If you want it to be white behind there, you could have it be white. Whatever scenery you want to set up. Now, where did my samples go? I'm going to set a couple of those around again. So you can see here are examples where our designers have done a lot more work with the cards than what you're going to see me do. But I am on the way to kind of making a nice card rather easily. So mine's in the center. There's some of the samples. And I just have a couple more pieces to get the adhesive on. Again, if you have this one, we have, this is a fun time of the year. Like I said, any time of the year, who doesn't like to get a rainbow card to kind of brighten their day? So there are my color choices so far. And why not? I did die cut a couple stars. So let's go ahead. I have 3 of them. Let's go ahead and try to add those 3 stars too, and then we'll be done. It just took me a few minutes. Probably took me longer to get the cardstock and the machine ready to go yesterday than it did to actually die cut. So we can just do 3 little stars there. Again, if you're not a fan of my color choices, totally understand. There you go. So if this were on top of this card right here, if I had the base underneath it, and I made sure that stayed down, that's a little slicker, it's got to dry, you just open up just like that. Boom. Let's see. So, ta-da, I would open up just like that. So, super easy. That is the Party Rainbow Fold It Kin version. And then you have, again, nicer versions. You'll find these samples on our website. Okay, all that on the website. And last round here, I will show you those. Boom. And 2 more. There we go. Great. All righty. I told you those are easy. And we're making good time. Well, let's see. Let me turn off. I have a warning alarm here, and that just went off. So we're kind of getting up against it. Let's go and... I did the high fold it last week. Thank you. Ah, gosh, see, how could I already forget that? How could I already forget that? So let's see. 1 week, and you already, excuse me, start thinking about the next die set, and the old one is just forgotten about. Sad. Short memory. Thank you. Oh, I would have never guessed high. I would have never got to that one. All right. So I showed you the dies. We're going to play our game now. We are going to play our game now. Millionaire. We are going to go for it. We're going to play Millionaire. I don't think I set this game up. Oh, I did. So who wants to be a millionaire? I'm sure you do, and I do. But disclaimer, we're just playing for fun. We're not really, hate to break the news to you, but we could be winners today, but we're not going to be winners of $1 million. But we're going to try to do our best, okay? We have played this game before, and whoops. Why is that not working? And we've had some fun. I think we have won once or twice. Oh, let's see. I got it. Okay, I'm going to share this screen with you. Oh, Ruth Debbie says she could use some prayers tomorrow. Having some work done on our knees. Okay, I will write that down, Ruth Debbie, right now. I will make sure I pray for you, Ruth Debbie. Oh, and whenever I think of Ruth Debbie, I think of our store days. We do have a store day, a big day coming up with Stephanie on Saturday, June 13th. All right, 9 a.m. to around 2 p.m. But we hang out here. Stephanie will demo. We'll have some new items. That will be here at the store in Laguna Hills, California. So if you want to put that on your schedule, you can buy your plane ticket or your bus ticket, or maybe you can hitch a ride. However you want, come on out. If you're in Southern California, you just drive your own car, ride your bike. You could even walk here if you're really into walking. But that will be Saturday, June 13th. We hope to see you on that day at that event. That will be fun. Okay, I need to get rid of that little banner down there. We are done with our rainbow. And let me see. How do I get rid of it? Party Rainbow. Goodbye. And let's find our Millionaire game. I should be better at all this by now, but I'm still a little bit slow. This system is different than the one we use at our home office when we do Crafting Corner. So that is my excuse to why I don't always know what I'm doing, I guess. All right, there is our game. And make sure you can see it. Yep, you can see it. So in the chat, help me out. I need your help in that. Answer the questions with me in the chat. And we're going to go right now. Get rid of all of the ads. Let's see which ones I can get rid of. Okay, which of these is a U.S. state? Is it North Virginia, South Virginia, East Virginia, West Virginia? Okay, now I can answer them on my own. I'm going to answer West Virginia. Okay, sorry guys, I didn't need your help on that one. Question 2. Whoops, let me see, fix something here. Question number 2. For how much? $200. Which of these is an explosive device thrown by hand? Is it a bullet, grenade, a rocket launcher, or sparkler? What is going on? Answer in the comments. Grenade, yes, I'm going with grenade too. B. All right, easy so far. See, they let us start off easy and then it gets harder and harder. And we can get help, we can phone a friend, we can do 50-50. The name of which piece of footwear also refers to starting up a computer? Is it A, boot, B, mule, C, slipper, or D, clog? I don't want to clog my computer. I don't want to slipper my computer or mule my computer, but I might want to boot my computer, right? Boot, it's got to be boot. Boot. Okay. What are we up to now? 500. What do glaciers mainly consist of? A, lava, B, sand, C, ice, or D, mud? It's got to be ice, right? I'm going to go ice. If I get it wrong, it's my fault. Ice. Number 4. This is for 1,000 of these is an aromatic shrub. Now it's getting harder. Use essential oil. Is it A, pastrami, B, pecora, C, patchouli, or D, I'm not going to get this, pachisi? Which one of these? You guys got to help me out. Which one of these shrubs? It's not pastrami, but I don't know the other 3. Which one of these is a aromatic shrub? Help me out with the shrub because I am stuck. We're getting C's so far. Would that be the patchouli? Yeah. Okay, I see lots of C's. Yeah. Would have got that? I don't know. I would have just been guessing. Thank you. Next question for 2,000. Which of these capital cities is not in Africa? Uh-oh. It's not in Africa. Libreville, Lisbon, Luanda, Lusaka. It's got to be Lisbon. Lisbon is in Portugal, right? Somebody back me up. Is it B? Not in Africa. Lisbon is in Portugal, I think. Is that right? Oh, Lisbon. Okay. I've got confirmation from my team. Boom. Good news coming up after this. Stay tuned. For $4,000, what is the North American name for reindeer? Uh-oh. Is it an elk? B, moose, C, caribou, or D, bison? I know it's not bison. It's got to be caribou. Is that right? I'm guessing C. You guys tell me. What do you call a reindeer in North America? I thought it was just a reindeer. See what I know. Caribou. That's what I would guess too. Caribou? Yes. Okay. Caribou. Caramel, caribou, something like that. 8,000. We're halfway. Ankara. I think they asked us this one before. Ankara is the city as the capital of which country? I actually know this one. Gobble, gobble. Woo, get up there, 16,000 or 16,000. Which of these is not one of the red colored properties in the board game Monopoly? Uh-oh. Which one of these is not red? Illinois, Indiana, Pennsylvania, or Kentucky? I have a guess, but I want to see what you guys guess. Which one of these is not red colored on Monopoly? Everybody guessing Pennsylvania? I'm guessing Pennsylvania too. Let's go Pennsylvania. Boom. Let's try it. Isn't Pennsylvania like blue or green? I haven't played Monopoly for a long time. Woo! For 32,000. Mongolia is sandwiched between which two countries? I know this one. Is it China and India? India and Russia, China and Russia, India and Pakistan. You know what they always told you which one to guess on a test if you didn't know? C. I'm guessing China and Russia. Anybody else think China and Russia? Kellyanne says China. We're just going to do it because now we're getting up to $64,000 question. What invention was Queen Elizabeth I the first to receive? So they gave this to her. Queen Elizabeth I. This must have been a while back. A wristwatch. A. B. A fountain pen. C. Television. D. Bifocals. We need some help on this one. So it's got to be before TV times. What do you guys? Don says A. Wristwatch. Anybody else? We need to get a friend. Bifocals with a question mark. B says, wow, we have answers all over the place. Television. I don't think it's a television. We're going to have to get some help, you guys, because I don't want to just drop out. Let's do the 50-50, okay? 50-50. I'm still guessing it's fountain pen or bifocals. But I could be wrong. Let's do the 50-50. Wristwatch or bifocals? Oh, no. What do you guys think? Wristwatch or bifocals? Last chance. It can only be A or D. Or what year was Queen Elizabeth I? I don't even know how far back she goes. D. Bifocals. Bifocals. All right, we're gonna go with that one, you guys. This is not on me. I don't know. This was one of my half guesses earlier. Let's go. So sad. So sad. It was this one. You're right, Carolyn. We should have figured that out. You should have told me before, not bifocal, Carolyn. Well, so sad. You turn off that page. Going home broke. We're going home broke. I guess I'm the only one who's sad. Nobody else is saying they're sad. Gosh. I thought for sure we were on our way to $1 million today. We were on a roll. We were getting them. There were some easy ones snuck in there. Well, trying to find we were going to do this one, but no. Now we get that one. Or good try, everybody. All right, let's finish up. We are reading. I'm using an iPad today. Sometimes I use my phone or sometimes real Bible. If we are in 2 Corinthians chapter 12. Our writer is Paul. He was an apostle. He comes into the Bible after Jesus had died and risen from the grave and gone on back to heaven. And Paul had met Jesus at some point, and he has become like his number one disciple, apostle. Paul is an amazing guy. But what I want you to think about before we get started is, do you ever have problems in life that, you know what, they just can't seem to be resolved, or they just won't go away? There's no way to fix them. They just kind of persist without end. I think we all have those kind of problems, right? And they might make life kind of difficult for us. Well, I want you to know that some of the time God uses these kind of things in our lives to do something special in our lives. Now, I know that's hard to understand and not something we want to always accept, but Paul, this disciple of Jesus, he had discovered this himself. Just prior to our verse, he talks about having this thorn in the flesh, some kind of trouble that had come to Paul. We don't know if it was physical or if it was relationship or health or what had happened, but there was some problem that Paul had encountered, and it would not go away. And Paul had asked the Lord to take it away, but it wasn't being removed. So Paul was stuck with this thing. And the thing is that Paul discovered through his suffering that he expected something good to come out of it. Well, let's read this verse, okay? Vera Blue, I think we have a Nessus star. When we finish up, I will check for you, okay? But let's get back to our verse. So let me grab our verse so I can share it with you. We are looking at verse from 2 Corinthians chapter 12. We are looking at verse, I should have it here. Here we are. Here's our verse. So it says, so now remember, Paul has figured out that things that are in life that are difficult, he's going to show us how to manage those. He says, therefore I take pleasure, pleasure in infirmities, that's like being sick, in reproaches, troubles, in needs, when you don't have everything you need, persecutions, people were wanting to kill him just because he believed in Jesus, in distresses for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. So again, as I said, God sometimes allows or brings these troubles or these problems into our lives. It makes us kind of weak. But as Paul discovered here, when we actually learn that we're weak, that's when we can become strong. Now, if you have your Bible out, if you just go a couple verses before, Paul had been given some kind of great revelation, perhaps a vision into heaven. And then this thorn in the flesh came along. So he had this moment of real high, and then now this low, this trouble that wouldn't go away. But it says that the Lord came to him and said, my grace is sufficient for you. My grace is all that you would need. So Paul took comfort in that. He started to discover that as he was weak, he actually was becoming strong. And so Paul learned some things that were really good and valuable for him, some valuable lessons as he went through these tough times. And so I want to share some of those things with you. I'm going to take this verse off here. So what can come out of difficulties or problems in life? What kind of things can be to our benefit? What can we learn of value when life kind of hurts? And again, everybody goes through these times, right? Everybody has times where life hurts. There's difficulties. We pray about things. It seems like nothing's changing. But again, I want you to know that God is working through these things. So here's some things that Paul learned, and I think that we can learn too. So Paul was learning that, so we kind of touched on already, that as he was experiencing this point of weakness, he actually was becoming stronger. Why? Because he had to depend on God. So if you want to be really strong, learn to depend on God. Next, it says that God resists the proud, the Bible says. So how Paul had that moment where things were great and he had that revelation of heaven. He was like on cloud 9, and then this thorn in the flesh came and kind of brought him down. Well, the Bible says that God resists those who are prideful, have you ever had those moments where you start going, oh, everything's going my way, and I start boasting about it or bragging about it or something? Well, God's not for that. He says that God resists the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. So that's something else we can learn of in these times when it's difficult for us, that we would humble ourselves and we could experience God's grace. What does grace mean? To receive God's favor. Next, Paul discovered that his grace would allow him to endure. So when you really get in contact with God's grace, like it said here just in the verse before, my grace is sufficient for you. That's what the Lord said to Paul. For my strength is made perfect in weakness. Grace will be enough. It will be just what you need and just what I need at the time when we kind of think we can't go on, or life's just become too much for us, or it seems like there's no way out. If we just rely on God's grace, it says that will be enough for us. And then Paul also learned that he was going to be content no matter his circumstances, no matter what was going on in his life. Why? Because he was connected to Christ. Now, we all want a lot of good things in life, right? I'd like to have a nice job where I work and I can make good income and I enjoy it. I want my family relationships to be good. I would like to have a home to live in. I want to have some extra fun things to play with or toy around with. I just want things. I want to be healthy. Like all these things, don't you want them as well? We want life to be going smooth and rolling along. But of all things that happen to us, the number one most important thing is that we can be connected to Jesus Christ, that we have a relationship with him, that we are connected to him. All those other things are good in themselves, but compared to knowing Jesus, none of these other things measure up at all. So let's all be mindful of that. We want the good things. We want to enjoy the blessings that God has for us, but all these other things will go away. But our relationship with the Lord will last forever. So Paul discovered he was going to be connected to Christ. So we have those things that we can learn when we go through these difficult times, when we start to experience God's grace. So it's not easy to discover that our weaknesses and our problems are beyond what we can handle. What are we going to do when we just can't handle anymore? We have to look to God. We have to lean on God. We have to make him our strength to carry on. There will be those times when we just feel like this is so much, Lord. And those are the times that we need to call on him. We need to lean on him more and more. And what happens as we discover his grace, and that his grace is just enough for us, then we can see that, even as Paul said, look, he said, therefore I take pleasure. That part is always hard for me. He said he took pleasure in these difficulties because he was growing closer to God. So as you're going through a difficulty, and I'm going to have to really work on this myself, I should be experiencing pleasure. I should be experiencing joy. I should be experiencing satisfaction, contentment in that, as we talked about before, just having Jesus Christ, being the Lord of our lives, being connected to him is all we really need. So I know for me to learn that lesson, God has some work to do. But that is what God wants for us. Even in the difficulties of life, he wants us to have contentment, joy, and as Paul said, pleasures, even in the difficulties of life. So be mindful of that God might be doing something in your life that is hard, but maybe he's teaching you a lesson. Maybe he's using this to draw you closer to him or to humble you for a moment. Maybe for me, he's trying to speak about something that I need to let go in order that I could get closer to him. This could be for a season, or it could be for a lifetime. We just don't know what God's plans are for us. But always remember that God is working all these things for our good. He has a good plan in it. And as we learn to rely on him, we find that he's sufficient. That means we will discover that he is really, really, truly all that we need. So I hope you find that helpful today. just run that over your own life. Examine your life. Whatever difficulties you have, look, say, God, are you trying to teach me something in this? Is there something that you're trying to speak to me about? And then ask God to also at the same time ask him to draw you closer to him. Use this as not some people, when they encounter problems, they turn away from God. No, let's not use our troubles as a reason to run from him, but rather run to him. Draw closer to the Lord. Find that contentment, find his grace and that sufficiency, all those good things. All right. Again, I remind you, Stephanie and Tiffany will be live on the organized option sometime later today. So stay tuned for that. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube for the organized option, do that. Just go on YouTube and type in the organized option, hit subscribe, hit the little alarm bell, and you'll get notifications when they go live. What else? Crafting Corner this Thursday. I showed you the new stuff on the website, and that is, I was supposed to check for Veer on, I'm going to do that real quick. For stars. So Veer, what I do is I type in on stampsoflife.com. I'm going to type in star and see what comes up. Oh, we have a star. Yeah, we do have a set of nested stars. We have a stitched and we have a nested stars die set. So just type in star. It'll show you all the options for the stars that are available. Tons of stuff there. There are dotted stars, all kinds of different nested ones. So yes, we do. That's it. Have a great day. God bless all of you. Thanks for hanging out with me today. We're not rich, but if we have Jesus, we really are rich, right? So if you don't know the Lord, if you ever have questions about that, you can always ask in the chat, or you could send me an email through the info@thestampsoflife.com. And to know Jesus and to be connected to God is such a blessing. And I know if you don't have that right now, maybe you want to take a step towards the Lord and see what he'll do in your life. And for those of you who already know him, I just pray that you would just keep walking closer and closer to him, enjoying the blessings, drawing closer to him in the difficulties, always relying on him and just finding out that he's enough for you. All right. Out of here. I've talked too much. Have a wonderful day. I will see you next Tuesday for Take Two Tuesday again. All right. Bye-bye.